Hey guys, my name's Shelley and I'm the Irish foodie. Today we're going to be cooking an Asian pork dish. I hope you enjoy. So a lot of this stuff came from my store cupboard, but I did have to buy some things, and I picked up 2 limes from the supermarket. I also picked up some fennel. This is a bulb of fennel. I have never used fennel before. I don't even think I've ever tried it, so that'll be quite interesting. I picked up a white cabbage. That'll go alongside the fennel and the carrots in the Asian slaw. Some sesame seeds. You don't need these if you don't want them. They're just as an add-on and a bit of a crunch in your coleslaw. The carrots, obviously, my wonky carrots. Some fish sauce. You can't really have an Asian dish without fish sauce, I don't think, so I picked that up when I went shopping. Some of my store cupboard honey, just to add a bit of a sweetness. My rice wine vinegar. Some sesame oil. Again, there's a lot of stuff. This is kind of used instead of olive oil or vegetable oil. Some sriracha. Didn't need to buy this because I have tons of this around the house. Absolutely love hot sauce, and this Flying Goose brand is my absolute favourite. Some light mayonnaise. That's going to go into the coleslaw. Some coriander. Again, that's for the coleslaw, and that's just a bit of an Asian take on it. Then a piece of root ginger. Some of my very lazy garlic. You can use cloves if you don't have this. You can have any hoisin sauce, but I had this Flying Goose one that I picked up. But yeah, any will do. And then I've picked up 2 pork chops. And these are on the bone, but any piece of pork, I guess, you could use in this dish. So we're going to start in our coleslaw. Now I've chopped my carrots and put them into really small batons. And then my cabbage and my fennel I've just really finely chopped and shredded to make sure it's good small pieces. And then moving on to our dressing, we're going to start with 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. I'm using light. Then we've also got our rice wine vinegar. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of that. Then we're adding our sriracha, and I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of that, but if you want it spicier, you can add more. Then I've got my honey, and it's going to be 1 tablespoon of the honey going into this bowl, just for a bit of sweetness with that spicy and sour. Then I'm going to add my sesame oil, and we're going to use 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. Fish sauce, that's going to be 1 tablespoon going into the bowl. And then we're going to squeeze in our fresh lime. If you don't have fresh lime, then you can just use lime juice from a bottle. And you want about 2 tablespoons of that. Then just give it a really good whisk just to get it all mixed together. So the dressing's ready, and now we're going to want to incorporate it with the vegetables that we've chopped up. You want to do this, mix it, and then leave it in your fridge for at least an hour so all those flavours get over the carrots and veg mix. And then we're going to add our coriander. It's about 1/4 cup of coriander for this. And then we're adding our sesame seeds. I couldn't get any black sesame seeds, so I just bought white and toasted them. And I want about 1 tablespoon of those sesame seeds, and then give it a really good mix, cover it, and stick it in your fridge. So moving on to our sauce for our pork, we're going to start off with a low heat in our pan, and we're going to add garlic. I'm adding 2 teaspoons of garlic to it. Then we're going to add our ginger, so that's my root ginger that's been grated, and to that we want to have 2 teaspoons of ginger. Then we're going to add some more of our rice wine vinegar, and we're going to add 2 tablespoons to this sauce. And at this stage we need a bit more liquid, so we need to add 2 tablespoons just of water. And then that hoisin sauce that we saw before. So that's going to be 1/3 cup into this dish. And then again, give it a really good whisk and just let it cook down. I'm going to go on a low heat, and then we're going to whisk it every so often just so it doesn't stick to the pan. Once we've got a nice thick consistency, we're just going to put that sauce to the side and crack on with our pork chops. So as it's an Asian dish, we're going to use sesame oil in our pan to cook our pork chops. So I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. good amount because we want them to brown quite nicely. And then on a medium heat, drop the pork chops in once the oil starts smoking and cook them for 2 minutes on each side. We're going to want a lovely kind of brown colour. And then we're going to move them to this tray and we're going to put our sauce on top of them. I'm just going to drizzle mine on. You can put as much or as little as you want. Make sure you get both sides and get it coated nicely because that's all your flavour is going to come from that sauce. And you'll have some left, which you're just going to bin because obviously we're using raw meat at this stage. But if you were cooking for more than 2 people, you'd probably use that whole pan of sauce. And then that's going to go into the oven on 180 degrees and cook for 10 minutes. And this is the finished result. So doesn't that look fabulous? Tastes really amazing. Some really good flavours coming out of that meat. And then we're going to pair that with our Asian slaw. And then I'm just pairing it with some egg fried rice. Absolutely fantastic, really easy dish. So that was my hoisin pork recipe with Asian slaw. I hope you've enjoyed it, folks. Comment below, let me know the type of Asian food that you like to eat. Give the video a like and consider subscribing to the channel because you'll see loads more recipe videos, grocery hauls, all that sort of thing. Keep safe and hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye.